Hello friends, we're back. In preparation to make this video, I've just watched back my summary of 2024 predictions of 2025 video on this here channel, and for some reason I was wearing a hat indoors, so I thought I'd keep with tradition and wear another hat indoors. We're also in the back room today and not the living room because the wife is in there on some meetings, so we are here in front of all the mess. I thought about tidying it up and then I decided against it, so here we are. So I've gone through the previous video with my predictions of what I wanted 2025 to be like, my goals that I set for myself, and I have cross-referenced them, paper here, with what I actually did, and the result will surprise you. So let's kick straight into it. So in 2024, I played 60 gigs, 60. 42 of those were cover gigs and 18 of them were original gigs. And within that 18, they weren't all me playing my music. Some of them were playing with other people with their music. But it was all under the canopy of playing original music or someone else's original music. Also in 2024, I recorded a bunch of songs, which I had intended on releasing as an album. We shall get to that. So, my 2025 predictions that I gave for myself, I put into two categories, which I quite liked, and I'm quite grateful I did that. The two categories were, one was the things I had control over, or most control over, and then the other category was things that I had less or no control over, but I would still like to happen. Within the control section, I've sat on this chair. It's a really squeaky chair. See? Where the fuck was I? In the control section for 2025, I put play as many shows as I could, specifically within the original thing, and I wanted to play more than 18. Well, I can confirm that I actually played 29 original shows, original gigs. 4 of those were with other people. I played 2 gigs with Ellis Main. I played 1 gig with my friend Simon Lama. Funnily enough, side note, both of those 2 artists I opened for. Isn't that funny? In late 2024. And then in 2025, I played gigs with them in their music. So that's really nice. That's something to think about. Maybe. I'll probably go on what am I talking about? Let's keep going. And I played 1 gig with the incredible April May, which I also made a video of, popping that up on the screen or in the discussions. And that was an amazing gig. But the rest of them, the rest of the 29, so what was that for? Let's take away 4 from 2. That's 25 gigs or 25 times that I played my own original music. Some of those were open mics that I went to perform at. Some of them, 1 or 2 of them was live streams. There's house concerts in that. There was a support tour, which we'll get to. So that's a considerable jump on the 18 that I played in 2024. So that's amazing. Now, in my 2025 predictions, I had said that I'd want to do more collab gigs, and I given myself the arbitrary number of 10. Now, I didn't do 10, I did 4, possibly because I played with 2 different projects in 2024 that in 2025 I didn't play with. Just the nature of stuff, they moved in different directions or whatever, so, but some stopped, some took up, so there we are. Something else I wanted to do in 2025 was up my YouTube quality, which hopefully with this and this recording device I'm on right now proves that I did. The editing side of stuff, hopefully I've got a little bit better at. And some videos I have scripted, which is a thought I did have in the 24 summary 25 prediction video. This one, spoiler, isn't scripted, although I do have notes. But I have some nice responses on some of the stuff that is scripted, so I will maybe continue to do some of them. But so I did that. I upped my YouTube quality. And at the time of recording, I have 160 subscribers. So watch out, Mr. Beast. I'm very grateful for all of you people that have subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed, if you want to, you can. Another thing I wanted to do in 2025 was a songwriting challenge. In 24, I did a songwriting challenge of writing a song in an hour, I think I did. And one of the things I threw around in this video, but last year, was maybe I'll do a song every day for a week. And I did that, and I really, really bloody enjoyed that. And I think I will definitely want to do more of those this year, because I've got I'll show you real quick. I made an investment in this little baby. Because I'm going on an Alps tour again, which we'll talk about, but my mixer blew up, so I needed a new one. And this one I can record on independently of going through a computer. So I'm very excited about that. So I think I'm going to do more songwriting challenges. I would think we'll get to that in the 2026 I'll go into more detail then. But so I set myself a challenge there. I did it. Well done, Freddie. So they were the control things that I had. Let's look at the things that I knew was going to be less in my control. There was 3 things. One thing was representation. Spoiler alert, I do not have representation at time of recording, nor have I really attempted to try and get representation because of... Why? Well, why? Well, this is something that... let's do a little bit of a swivel here. This is something I need to address within myself, is sort of self-confidence. And whilst I know that I can play guitar and I can sing relatively decently and write relatively decent songs, the confidence I have in myself of caring whether other people will want to listen to that or be interested in it is something that I think I desperately need to address if I want to continue this at the level in which I think I want to try and get to, which we'll come back to that again. But we're going to come back to a lot of things. And so with releasing stuff that I've been doing, because it's never really reaching numbers that I consider or think or perceive as what people that do represent artists would be interested in, if that makes sense. I don't think my numbers are big enough, and they're probably not. So that makes me think, like, well, then why would I even bother attempting to knock on their door? Why would they care about me? So that's something I need to think about, something I need to address in 2026. We'll come to the 2026 predictions in a second, because that's a big part of it. But in a happier note, something that was in less control that I wanted to do was I wanted to go on a support tour. And I kind of threw it out there in the ether, being like, that'd be really nice to happen. And it bloody did. I went on tour with Volk, an American band that I was been friends with for a long time, and they came over to England. They came over to Europe for a 3-week tour and needed help for a week or so with some long drives. So I was like, yeah, I'll help you out, but can I play before you? And they were like, sure. So I did. Made a video about that. Go check that out. But that was something that I was not expecting to really happen, but I'm glad I kind of threw it out there because it happened. And I played in Spain for the first time. Never played in Spain, and it was amazing. So thank you, Volk. I also put down, and this was the last thing I put down in my less control, was reach a big audience. Vague as fuck, I know. Nevertheless, I said it. And next to reach a big audience, I've written, technically, yes. Because twice last year, I was asked I was invited to play at a protest, 2 protests for the government trying to change things for artists and artistic people in Belgium. And the first one there was about 2,000 people at, and the second one there was about 3,000 people at. Now, I'm not that good at maths, but that's about 5,000 people altogether. And I think that's technically a big audience. So I did reach a big audience. And that's that's without thinking about the streaming streaming numbers that I have had, do have, the people watching these videos, love you. The gigs that I have played, both the cover gigs and the original gigs. So yeah, technically I have reached a very big audience, I suppose this year, the biggest audience that I've ever been aware of, mostly because of those 2 protest gigs that were so big that you can tangibly, is that the right word? You can see it. So okay, well that is a lot of people. Yeah. And at the end of this video last year, I said I wanted to manage expectations and go with the flow. I think I managed my expectations, and I definitely went with the flow because there was a few instances of opportunities coming up that I took that I was not expecting and were great experiences. One of them was I went on a 3-week tour of the Alps, which I made some videos about, which I hadn't done in like 7 or 8 years, which was an amazing experience to go back and do. And I'm about to go on another one in 2 weeks as of time of recording this, so there'll be some more videos about that. Whilst on that tour, I got an opportunity to go on a tour with Kalanja, the amazing Norwegian folk rock group, to sell merchandise for them. So I went with them for 2 weeks around Europe selling their merchandise, which was an incredible experience. I made a video about that specifically because I wanted to try and write some lyrics whilst I was away, try to keep a bit of creativity going, because the role that I was going to have on that tour wasn't creative. It was just more like a job where you happen to be on a tour. Nevertheless, it was an amazing experience, and I thank you all so much. Julia, thank you so much. The whole Kalanja gang, I love you so very much. It opened my eyes to a lot of things about how the industry works at that sort of level, which is going to come into the 2026 things. But so I went with the flow and went with it. I was like, yeah, sure, great. And it was an experience that I'm so incredibly grateful, and would not have happened if I hadn't have gone with the flow. So I hope I've gone over my predictions of 20... Wait, hold on, let me just check this. For fear of making this video far too long and less interesting than it already is, I'm not going to go through every moment of the year or everything that happened in this video, because otherwise this is going to take... it'd be a year-long video, wouldn't it? So to save myself saying it and you watching it, you could just subscribe to the channel and go back and watch all the videos that I made about the events that happened in 2025. Know what I'm saying? Okay, so we're into 2026 now, and I'm going to tell you why my predictions and goals for 2026 is significantly different to 2025. Now, the 2025 stuff, I have all but one thing achieved, which is incredible. So the representation thing, or acquiring representation, is the only thing I had said in that previous video, both in the control and the less control parts, that didn't materialize in some form. Now, that means if manifestation is real, which I choose to believe it is, and judging by this, you could argue that it is, I want to take some time to really focus in on what it is that I want to try and manifest, because in being on some of the tours that I went on last year, speaking with some friends that are at a level that I would love to be at, observing the state of the music industry of the world, on how people respond to music, what they're willing to do for it, pay money for it, go and see it, all that sort of stuff. It's changing, and it's certainly changing from the idea that I had in my head when I started doing all this, when I'd set my sights on it, on the life that I wanted to try and lead, the sort of career that I wanted to try and have. The essence of that career, making music, playing music, is still there. But in observing about how everything else around it works, I need to kind of recalibrate not what it is that I want, but how I want to go about trying to achieve the thing that I think I want to try and to achieve. So I need to try and work out exactly what it is that I want to try and manifest. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense, because I Well, I'll only know editing this back whether it did or not. But so I haven't made a huge list of things that I want to try and achieve this year. The thing I really want to try and achieve this year is to really go with the flow. I would love to play as many gigs, original gigs, as I did last year. This year, I'd love to play more. But I'm not going to write that down because I don't know if that's what I want to try and manifest or not. The one thing that I do want to do this year, definitely, is I want to write more songs. I love writing songs, and I want to get better at production. You can't see what I'm pointing at, but it's the computer stuff, I want to get better at that, at understanding that, and I want to get better at regularly releasing stuff, because the album that I made, or the album that I made, there was 2 songs on that I thought these aren't as strong as the others, so I won't release them. So that's then 6 songs I have. Okay, as of time of recording this, I've only released 3 of those 6 songs because of a few factors. One of them being all of the other things that I've managed to do this year. Was difficult to manage that. Plus, the package I wanted to create around each song takes time. Visuals for it, I'm still learning all this stuff. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I know what I kind of want it to look like or be like, which obviously takes time. And when other people are helping you out with it, whether it be mixing, whether it be someone filming for you, it takes time. So I want to try and learn as much of those processes as I can by myself, so I can put things out at the speed at which I think I'd like to, or that I certainly would want to. So that's going to take time to learn these things to the level that I'm happy with sharing with. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'll do another challenge thing where I'll write 1 song every day for 30 days. Why not? And then go through and record those to the best that I can do, to mix them the best that I can do, and then maybe have them released. Because last year I did 18 songs, still an amazing amount, and most of those I still have to record or demo in a level that I'm happy with. So that I know I can do. I just need to take time doing it, and that's something I've never really been good with, is patience. I am definitely rambling now, and I'm really, really sorry. So let's try and wrap this up, shall we? Okay, fine. So going into 2026, as we are now in, I don't know what this year is going to be like. I don't know what I want from it. I know that in 2 weeks I go away to the Alps for a tour again for 3 and a bit weeks, playing cover stuff. And I know that I want to write and record up to more than, 30 songs, and record them on this little device and get good at that. That's all I know that I want to do this year. And to be honest with you, it feels quite scary, because I've always had something that I really wanted. I really know what I'm going to do. Blah, 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 blah. And now there's this voice inside me and external factors being like, just take a second, breathe, think about it. And I don't know how to do that. So watch this space, because I certainly will, because I'm interested to see how this all ends up. You could stay in the loop by subscribing to this channel. Boom, segue. Checking out all my music on the line. Thank you for everyone that's been a part of this journey and part of this challenge. Challenge? No, it's not a challenge. Well, life is a challenge, I suppose. Thank you for everyone that's subscribed to the channel, that has been supportive of me and my music and the things I'm trying to do. I really, really appreciate it. I love you all very much. 2026 is a year. Let's make it a year. Let's make it a year for the history book. They'll say 2026. That was a year, wasn't it? Thank you for watching. Love you.